Hello, today we are going to discuss about the security documents. So here the security documents which are created by the organization to deal with the risk management. So here we will discuss about various security documents like service level agreement, memorandum of understanding, multi-source agreement and the statement of work. So here next we will check up the network securities which we added to the organization. So here in this we will first discuss about what is security documents. So here the security documents are used for making deals with the third party vendor. So security documents are the written documents which must be signed by the third party vendors or the outsider for before dealing with the company. So here the company use these documents to communicate, transact business and analyze its productivity. So these business document or the security documents range from a brief email message to a complex legal agreements, and these documents are prepared by employee or the business owner or can be prepared by the professionals such as the accountants or the lawyers. So the type of security documents are SLA, service level agreement, memorandum of understanding, MOU, multi-source agreement, MSA, and the statement of work, that is SOW. So let's discuss about this in detail. The first is service level agreement. So here the service level agreement, it is a contract between a service provider and the end user. Service provider which gives the services and the end user which uses that services. So here the service provider defines the scope, quality and level of service which is given by or expected by the end user from the service provider. So the basic example of the SLA is that SLA and internet service providers sign to deal with the customer or to give these required services to that customers. The next is the security document is memorandum of understanding, MOU. So MOU is a document that defines an agreement between two parties in a specific situation or in a particular critical situation. So it is often used in a situation where parties either do not imply a legal commitment or in situation where the parties cannot create a legally enforceable agreement. So here they are not assessed to create the legal commitment, so they sign the MOU, that is memorandum of understanding, for a specific period of time. So many companies and the government agencies use MOU to define a relationship between departments, agencies or the closely held companies. The next agreement is the multi-service agreement, MSA. So here the MSA is agreement that defines the detail of the interoperability of a device or the compatibility or the feature of a particular device. So this is MSA signed by the manufacturer of the particular device. So the manufacturer define the interoperability, compatibility, features of a device and it sign this agreement. Like example, companies sign agreement that the GBIC, that is gigabit interface converter, will work with both switches of Cisco and Juniper. So they sign the MSA, that is multi-service agreement, that their device will provide the services to both the switches like Cisco switches and the Juniper switches. The next agreement is statement of work, SOW. So here the statement of work is a document that defines the legal contract between the service provider and the customer, or the service providers or the vendors and the end user. So it defines specific activities, deliverables and timeline for a service or the period for which a service can be provided to the end user. So these must be agreed by the vendor before supplying these services. So the SOW also include detailed requirements and the pricing of such services with standard regulatory and government terms and the conditions. So the example of the statement of work is that agreement between the IT security companies and the customer. So they provide the security to the customer and user devices or customer devices or the end user devices. The next is how checking network security. So here we will check the network security, that our network is secure or not. So here we will use two tools to scan our network. The first is vulnerability scanning. So here a vulnerability scanner is a computer program which is designed to assist computers or the computer system, networks, or application for finding the weakness in the network. So it determines where a system can be exploited or where a system can be threatened by the attacker to assess the weak points, and it uses software to find out security flaws, and after finding the flaws they create the database of that particular flaws and provide that data sheet to the individual or the organization, so they can use these flaws or the database of flaws to tighten the network security. So the most popular vulnerability scanning tools are Microsoft Baseline Security Analyzer, MBSA. This is a test tool which is used for individual system like Microsoft Windows system. And next vulnerability scanning tool is Nmap, Nessus, and the OpenBAS. So these are the vulnerability scanning tools. The next tool is the network penetration testing. So here the penetration testing is also known as pen testing. So it is a method of testing a computer system or the network to find vulnerability that an attacker could exploit. So it also tools to find the weak points in the network. So the penetration tests are sometimes also called as white hat attack. So here in this the organization or the enterprise hire the white hat attackers, and they have the attempt to break in the system and provide the solution to further harden the system. And here the pen test can be automated with software application, or they can be performed manually by the white hat attackers. So this process include, so here the white hat attackers, they gather the information about the target before attacking it, and they identify the possible entry point or the weak point where the system can be threatened, and it attempts to break in and report back the finding or the flaws to the particular organization, and also provide the solution to harden the system. So the main objective of penetration testing is to determine security weaknesses. The tools used for penetration testings are AirCrackNG and the Metasploit. So the AirCrackNG is the open source tool and is free to access, and it is used for wireless network to find the to check the network securities in wireless network. Whereas Metasploit is a unique tool and it is massive library of attack. It is also used to check the network security. So this is all about security documents. Thank you.